So solar towers are large towers that act as a central receiver for the solar energy. Okay, it act as a central receiver for the solar energy. They stand in the middle of the large array of mirrors. Large array of mirrors that all concentrate sunlight on the point in the tower. Okay, see over here, this is the tower, okay, and these are the blackened, I think this ash color are nothing but the these are the reflected mirror, okay, reflector mirror. On this reflector mirror we will get the solar radiation, and that solar radiation reflected back to the towers, okay, reflected back to the towers, okay. In a faint line there will be a light like structure showing over here, okay, that is what the reflected radiation, okay. In case of the parabolic disc collector, we have seen that after the reflection of that concave surface of the disc, the total solar radiation get concentrated at the single point, or that is nothing but the focal point. Similarly in this case also, after reflection from the mirror, the whole reflected rays get concentrate at the tower central receiver point, okay, tower central receiver point, okay. This large number of flat sun tracking mirrors are known as helio heliostats, okay. These mirrors are nothing but the heliostats. Remember this point as point of MCQ examination. In case of the solar towers, the reflecting mirrors are known as heliostat. They will give you option. Okay, we have to hit on the correct option. Am I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So remember this point. In case of the solar towers, type of solar thermal power plant, the reflecting mirrors are known as the heliostats. Okay, heliostats. Remember this point. In the tower, there is a mountain heat exchanger where the heat exchange fluid is warm. Okay. In the tower, so see over in this another picture. So these are the heliostats, these are the heliostats, okay. After reflection, the total radiation get concentrated at the central uh, heat exchanger chamber mounted at the tower, okay. Means what, in case of the parabolic truss collector, it is, sorry, in case of parabolic disc collector, it is a focal point, okay, or the central receiver or the absorber surface. Similarly in this tower, solar tower, this is act as a heat exchanger, okay, where actually the heat will be exchanged between the solar radiation and the working fluid, okay. Means what, in this red color part we will get the actually heat exchange between the working fluid and the solar radiation, okay. So the heat concentrated at this point can be up to a 1500 times as intense as incident sunlight, okay. Suppose incident solar radiation at this uh, s- heliostat surface is suppose 1 degree centigrade, okay. So we will get the temperature at the central receiver up to a 1500 degree centigrade. Means what, if आता बघायला मराठीमध्ये आपल्याला असं सांगता येईल की जर इन्सिडंट रेज किंवा इन्सिडंट सोलार रेडिएशन 1 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडला रिसीव्ह होत असतील आपल्या हेलिओस्टॅटच्या सरफेसवरती, तर आपल्याला या सेंट्रल रिसिव्हर मध्ये आपल्याला मॅक्सिमम म्हणजे 1500 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड इतकं टेम्परेचर आपल्याला प्रोड्यूस करता येऊ शकतं, ठीक आहे. मीन्स वॉट, दीज आर द हायली इफिशियंट solar collectors, okay. So remember this point, the heat concentrated to this point means what, at the central receiver we will get the 1500 times as intense as incident sunlight, okay, incident solar radiation. The hot fluid is then used to create the steam to run a turbine and generator producing the electricity. Okay, so remaining part is same as that of the previous. Okay, so remember this part as a point of examination view, because the solar towers are so much efficient, because of we have seen that we can raise the temperature up to a 1500 degree centigrade, okay, generally we can call. But as we know that solar radiation can incident, with the minimum 40 degrees centigrade, sorry, 35 to 40 degrees centigrade. In summer season it will be up to a 45, near about 50 degrees centigrade also we will get the solar radiation. Okay, so we can raise the temperature 1500 times that of the incident solar radiation, so it is very important or highly efficient. Okay, so remember this point. So the reflecting mirror are known as heliostats. Okay, and it will get going to reflect the solar radiation, and it will be concentrated at the central receiver. Okay, it will be going to concentrate at the central receiver. Okay, um, one drawback will be there for these towers. Okay, solar towers, they must be very large to be economical. Okay, means what, in order to construct or install such a solar towers, it is a very costlier one. Okay, means what, the installation cost of this type of solar collector is very high. Okay, but total payback period for this one is very less, because of it will be a highly efficient. Total payback period means what, in that particular period we will get the total installment. Okay, means what, we will get the total expenditure we have done at the installation time. That period is nothing but the total payback period. Okay, so its advantage is operating at high temperature and therefore at higher efficiency. Okay, as I said earlier, it will operate for the high temperature. Okay, so its efficiency is very large and best suitably for the storage system implementation. Okay, it is suitable for or having application in case of heat storage system implementation. Okay, so remember this point. The highest efficient solar collector is what? Solar towers. Okay, so remember this point. The temperature range we have to remember. Okay, and it's a major drawback and it's a major advantage we have to remember, because of there will be chances to ask them. Okay, so remember this point. Then I think this part is clear. Everybody, yes, tell me. Yes. Solar towers and different types of solar thermal power plant. You have got the idea? Yes, tell me. Very simple. We have to just remember their constructional features, means what, how they are constructed, and their working temperature. Okay, this part is clear. Types of solar thermal power plant. Yes.
Ye- Yes, sir.
Okay, so remember this point. Parabolic Trops collectors, parabolic disc collector, and the solar towers. These are the very important, because of we will get the minimum to maximum temperature range by using these types of solar towers. Okay, solar towers, solar parabolic disc collectors, and solar parabolic Trops collectors. Okay, so we will move in next part. That is what the site selection for the solar thermal power plant. Okay, uh, before site selection we have to consider the following criteria for the site selection. Okay, availability of solar radiation we have to consider. Okay, then vacant, or we have to see the whether there is available land or not. Okay, means what, vacant land should be there. Okay, third, accessibility from the national highways. uh, as before we have discussed so many times, what is the significance of any site which is nearer from the uh, highways and all. Okay, so what is the significance, already we have known. Okay, a distance from the existing transmission line. Okay, this is also a important part. Okay, because we have to uh, supply the electrical power to the consumer. Okay, so variation in local climate also we have to study, variation of local climate. So tell me, what is the role of that? Why we have to study the local climate while installation of solar thermal power plant or before installation of solar thermal power plant? Tell me. Local climate, oh, why we have to study before installation of solar thermal power plant? Tell me. Local climate means what?
हवामान तिथलं त्या ठिकाणचं हवामान.
Yes. Into that, what part we have to consider? Local climate. Into that, what are the various parameters we have to consider? We have to consider uh, land condition, means what, whether it is rocky or it will be a we can say that marshy land is there, or what type of the land is there. Okay. And also we have to consider the wind speed in that particular area, because of we are going to install that solar collectors, means what, it will be projected to face the wind pressure also. Okay. So wind speed we have to also consider. We have to also consider the um, how much sun duration is available. Okay, how much time the sun is available in that area, we have to consider. Okay, that is what the local climate. And also we have to see the seasonal changes in the climate. Okay, seasonal changes in the climate means what, our basic need is to get the solar radiation for the long duration for the day. Okay, means what, आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे की जास्तीत जास्त आपल्याला सोलार रेडिएशन मिळायला पाहिजे, हे आपलं मेन टार्गेट आहे. तर त्या दृष्टीनं आपण काय करणार आहोत, इथल्या लोकल क्लायमेटचं इन्व्हेस्टिगेशन करणार आहोत, किंवा ते कसं असतं किंवा काय आहे, किंवा म्हणजे समर सीझनमध्ये किती वेळासाठी आपल्याला सनलाईट तिथं अवेलेबल आहे, विंटर सीझनमध्ये किती वेळासाठी तो अवेलेबल आहे. ठीक आहे, त्याला आपण सनशाईन रेकॉर्डर म्हणतो बघा. जर तुम्ही व्हिजिट केलं असेल मेट्रोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंटला कुठं, तर त्याला सनशाईन रेकॉर्डर म्हणतात. तो सनशाईन रेकॉर्डर रेकॉर्ड करतो की हाऊ मच टाइम we have a sunlight. Okay. Next, nearby land. Okay, nearby land means what, it is nearer from the we can say that personnel who is working in that, it should be nearer from their work, residence. Okay. Topography of the site. Topography means what, once again it's uh, climate situation we have to consider. Okay, means what, we have to consider that particular land in which area is present. And we have to also consider the rainfall in that area, the dust particle present inside the atmosphere also we have to consider in that case. Okay. So next, geotechnical issue. Geotechnical issue means what? Once again, types of land. Okay, whether it is rocky or the marshy land. Okay, or whether it is having the sand content in the soil is more or less, we have to consider, because of we have to take the foundation for the install that big towers, and that installation foundation required for the uh, various types of solar collectors. Okay, so geotechnical issue and geotechnical political issue, these are the same. Okay, then module soiling. Module soiling is nothing but what, the deposition of dust particle on the uh, solar collectors. Okay, so that part also we have to consider. Okay, in order to get the maximum amount of heat or the uh, solar energy, that module should not be deposited by the soil. Okay, soil or the dust particles. Okay, module soiling is nothing but what, the deposition of dust particle on the solar collector surface or the mirror surface or the reflected mirror surface. Okay, in case of uh, a solar tower thermal power plant, which type of reflectors are used, or what is its name? Yes, tell me. Name of the reflector mirror in solar tower. Tell me. Yes, anyone?
Heliostat.
Heliostat and okay, heliostat is correct. Next, actual the site selection for the solar thermal power plant. Okay, all these parts already we have discussed so many times. Okay, selection of land. Okay, area, longitude and latitude we have to see. Longitude and latitude means what? Yes, I'm audible. Yes, yes, I'm audible. Yes.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, area of longitude and latitude, it is related to the um, level of that particular area from the sea level we have to see, and also we have to see the exact location based on its axis. Okay, then quality of soil means what, it whether it is rocky or the mercy. Okay, we have to check. Okay, soil test report means what, which type of soil is available, is there in that area we have to consider, because of in a summer season, if there is a uh, s- because of the sunlight and the solar radiation, that soil will get converted into dust particle. Okay, so dust particle is very hazardous to us. Okay, so that type of report should be done. Okay, terrain and counters of land. Okay, it is also similar to that of the longitude and latitude. Okay, only we have to mention the selection of land. Okay, in the site selection, because of we have to enlist the all types. Okay, not we have to mention all these sub points. Okay, land and weather contours. Okay, land and weather contours means what? Solar insolation and shadow assessment. Solar insolation means what? It is the total solar radiation available for the per unit area. That is nothing but the solar insolation. Okay, and shadow assessment. Shadow means what? आपण त्याला काय म्हणतो, सावली वगैरे. ठीक आहे, तर शॅडो असेसमेंट इज ऑल्सो वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर. Wind means what, specifically the wind speed we have to consider. Okay, climate, same. Climate means what, uh, rain condition, and also once again the humidity present inside the atmosphere, dust particle we have to consider. Okay, temperature, in that particular area the maximum temperature uh, is reached in the summer season or in various season, we have to keep in mind. Okay, rainfall also we have to consider in that particular area, because of our main working fluid is what, the rain water only. Okay, so rainfall, we can get the water from the rainfall. Okay, and it will be stored. Okay, next, water availability. If we decide the rainfall in that particular area, we can easily guess about the water availability throughout the year in that particular area. Okay, next, electrical switchyard and loading criteria. Okay, switchyard means what, the small substation we have to consider, and we have to make a site selection for to installation of electrical switchyard or the substation. Okay, and loading criteria means what, based on how much amount of electrical power we are going to generate, and what should be maximum connected load can be connected across our substation. We can think on that. Okay, or we have to make the action on that. Okay, then transportation and manpower availability. Okay, transportation, it is very necessary because of personnel who is working for the solar thermal power plant. Transportation is very essential for them, because of to in order to maintenance purpose and various troubleshooting purpose, we require the manpower, and also we a required to transport some testing equipment at the site. So the transportation and manpower availability is very important. Okay, Next type of the power plant, that is what the wind power plant. Okay. So as we know that, tell me anyone why the reason behind the wind is developed on the earth? Yes, tell me. What are the reason? Yes, tell me. Yes, tell me anyone. What is the reason behind? Yes, yes, tell me anyone. What are the various reason? Temperature of the earth because of sun. Okay, it is one of the reason. Okay. So as we know that earth surface altitude and latitude is different at various point, means what earth surface is not a uniform or not a plane. It having somewhere the dells are there, somewhere the mountains are there. Okay. So this one is what the uneven surface is there of the earth. Okay. So is one of the reason behind the developing the winds. Okay. And the major reason behind the developing the wind is what? The uneven heating of the earth's surface because of the solar radiation. Okay. So see over here, the reason is available. Okay. Wind is caused by the um, uneven heating of the atmosphere by the sun. Okay, variation in the earth surface and rotation of the earth causes the development of the wind. Okay, development of wind. Okay. So uneven surface is because of mountains, bodies of the water and vegetation, and also influences the wind flow patterns. Okay, wind turbine used to harness the wind energy, and it will be converted into electricity by the rotating propeller like blades around the rotor. Okay, the rotor turns the drive shaft, which turns the electric generator, and three key factors affect the amount of energy turbine can be harnessed. Okay, from the wind, that is what wind speed, air density and swept area. Okay, so major reason behind the development of the wind is what? The uneven surface of the earth and rotation of the earth. Okay, and solar radiation. These are the three reasons behind the development of wind. Okay, so that wind energy can be harnessed and converted into electricity by using the wind turbines. Okay, wind turbines. So there are three key factors affect the amount of energy can be generated by the turbine. Okay, that is what the wind speed, air density, and the swept area. Wind speed, air density, and swept area. So swept area and air density. These are the, we can say that two new terms are there. I think for you people, air density means what? Density means what? Tell me anyone. Yes. Yes, tell me, anyone? Density means what? Yes, Population density, tell me, on that basis we can get the idea behind the air density. Okay, tell me, population density means what? The total number of peoples living that particular square kilometer. That is nothing but what? Population density. Yes or no? Similarly, the